I'm Brad Nessler, here along with two of the best commentators in the game, Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso. The crowd is filling up the dome, and we're just about ready for the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers. Both teams are looking to make a statement in this bowl game. A win here would carry a lot of momentum into the offseason. And here come the Tigers. The Tigers are pretty heavy underdogs in this game. What do you think is going to happen out here today, Kirk?
South Carolina comes into this football game led by their quarterback, and he's such a leader, Brad. Believe me, he won't buy into any of this pregame we're going to blow him out hoopla. He's a focused competitor, and he'll be ready to play.
Kirk, I'm going to have to agree with you right here.
No one's beating South Carolina today.
We're ready to get this one underway as the teams are lined up for the opening kick. He sends it off. Gray takes it at the 8. Now we'll get to see how this quarterback can do today as he comes out onto the field for the first time. This is a good quarterback on the field right now. How do you think he'll fare today, guys?
He's good, Brad, but he better look out for this safety lurking in the defensive secondary today.
Yeah, Coach, you couldn't paint a better picture of a ball-hawking safety. I'm predicting at least one interception today from this guy.
Nice prediction. We'll find out if you're right.
First and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line.
37-yard line.
4 wide receivers in the formation. They'll throw on first down. He unloads it. Got it to the senior. And a nice pickup through the air.
I'll tell you what, fellas, I love this kid's throwing ability. He's got a quick release, and he's very accurate.
From their own 43-yard line.
43-yard
Second down. South Carolina goes with the ace set here. He gets hit out of bounds at the 50. They toss it out to the tailback, and he picks up the first down.
When you look at why a play like this is successful, you got to look at the guys up front. They did a heck of a job of blocking right there.
First down, 10 yards to go.
On the 50-yard
Ball on
line.
the 50. They line up in the shotgun. Anderson on first down. Somehow gets the ball away. And fellas, this is really turning into a very impressive drive.
3 first downs and counting on this drive, Kirk.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building some momentum here, and more importantly, they've kept this defense on the field.
From the 30-yard line.
Ball on the
First down.
line.
The Gamecocks line up with trips left. Anderson tosses it right. Bounces off the would-be tackler. And they got to him before he could get back to the line. Nowhere to go on that play, Coach.
Boy, you're absolutely right, Brad. This is a great job by the defense in not giving him any room to create anything.
Second down and 11 yards to the sticks.
31-yard line.
Anderson has 4 receivers lined up here. Anderson back to pass. He's been perfect on this drive. He darts it over the middle. What a pick! What a play. Just leaped up and picked it off.
He showed some great patience there. He timed that perfectly and got the pick.
This drive will start at the 23. Clemson comes out in the shotgun. He rolls out to the right. And he went way up, and he's got the interception. He just jumped up and snatched that ball.
Well, there, I don't think the quarterback even saw him. The defender went up into the air and made a great catch.
This is a great place to start the drive on the opponent's side of the 50. They line up in the shotgun. Anderson drops back on first down. Complete to the true freshman. Loss of 3. It's second down.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
They go with a pitch to the right. Tackle at the 41-yard line. The halfback picks up a yard. They line up at the 41. We've got 3rd and 12. South Carolina comes to the line with 3 wide. Back. Steps up in the pocket. This one is incomplete.
He's just lucky that he got that pass away.
The offensive line didn't protect the quarterback very well. The pressure was there in no time.
Fourth and 12.
They line up to punt this one away.
41-yard line.
Number 15 is back deep to return the punt. Hangs it up high. Signals for a fair catch.
This is a pretty good place for them to start their first drive.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity early on in the game to get some points on the board, Coach.
The Clemson
They line up
Tigers
at the
take
12.
over at the 12-yard
First
line.
down.
First and
Everett
10.
lines up in the shotgun. Across the middle. Couldn't haul it in. Coleman was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it second down. Second down and 10 to go.
Ball on the 12.
Ball on the 12. Everett comes to the line with 3 wide. Everett drops back to pass. He lets it go. Complete. And the completion nets some very little yardage. Coach, what's up with that play?
I'll tell you, those defenders crashed in and got him in a hurry. No chance to get anything there.
It's 3rd and 8. Ball on the 14. From the gun. He drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Down the middle. His receiver has it. And down he goes at the 32-yard line. Wow, how about that 3rd down conversion?
Boy, what a play here, guys. I'm really impressed with the poise of this young quarterback. He was very cool and collected out there on that 3rd and long play.
We've got a 1st and 10.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
They come out with 4 wide out. Everett drops back on first down. Caught. He tries to spin. He just came up with his 60th reception of the year there, guys.
The numbers say it all, Brad. This receiver has been a very significant part of this offense this season.
That's because he's always in a position to make a play. He does as good a job as anybody in the nation getting open and catching the football.
On the 36
Second down and 6. The Tigers line up in an I formation. On the ground with the tailback. He's taken down at the 40. King gets about 4 yards on the play. So another 3rd down upcoming for the offense. Clemson sets up with 4 receivers. They'll knock him down for a loss.
I tell you what, for a defensive back, this kid is a sure tackler, and he showed it right there.
No question. You can tell these guys are very well coached when you see these kind of tackles.
4th and 4.
The Tigers
Ball
line up
on
the punt.
38-yard line.
Dockery awaits the snap. He gets it away. Haynes fields it at the 22.
Yo, the defense really stepped up to force that 3 and out on the last drive.
Yeah, the offense wasn't clicking on their last possession. We'll see if they have things figured out on this next drive.
On their own 22-yard line. First down.
10.
South Carolina comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Fakes to the back, looking, over the middle. It's tipped, caught, and he's all the way down to the 49. What an arm.
Well, here the quarterback throws it to a spot. You can tell that the quarterback and receiver have worked over and over on this. He may not impress you with style points, but that time he shows off a big arm and delivers a bullet right there.
First
down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 49-yard
49. Anderson on first down. Anderson lets it go. It falls incomplete.
Not much you can do there, Coach.
Nope, not much at all. It's not easy hanging on to the football when there's another guy coming at you. Those are going to be drops more times than not.
Second and 10.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Elamimian is the single setback. Elamimian on the pitch to the right. Tackle at the 48-yard line. Elamimian gets 3 yards on the carry. It's third down and 7 yards to go. Ball on the 48-yard line. The Gamecocks line up with 3 wide. Little handoff. And he's taken down at the 46. Well, they tried to keep it on the ground for the first down.
You know, Brad, here the defense just steps up and makes a play, stopping them and bringing up 4th down.
4th and 5.
South Carolina lining up the punt. Number 15, the return man. He punts it away. It's a high kick. Number 15 signals for a fair catch. The defense did a good job against them the last time they had the ball, forcing the punt.
But remember, they had given up quite a few yards before forcing that punt. They might not be so lucky this time.
They'll go to work at the 20. The Tigers come out in a shotgun. Everett drops back to pass. Going deep, lays it out there. Someone got a hand on it. Moore was the intended receiver on that pass. That'll make it second down. From their own 20-yard line.
Ball on the 20-yard
It's second down and
line.
10 to go. Everett is back in the gun. Bean with the tackle at the 24-yard line.
Third and 6. Ball on the 24-yard line.
The defense is playing the pass on this one. Everett set to go to the air. Across the middle. Roberts picks it off. A little juke. He's taken down at the 23. And the defense gets their second of the game.
Before the game, guys, the coach told me it was very important that his team win the turnover battle. This interception certainly helps.
Well, it doesn't matter how many yards you gain or passes you complete. If you turn the ball over a lot, then you're usually going to lose the game.
They'll take over on the 23-yard line.
23-yard line. First and 10.
They come out with 3 wide receivers. He looks to throw on first down. And he's got him on the run. Touchdown, Gamecock. Nice play call on that one to get the ball in the receiver's hand.
Yeah, the quarterback said, you want the ball, go get it. Give me your, he got it, took it for 6.
Now they'll try to tack on the extra point. He makes the PAT. More than 9 minutes left here in the first quarter. And the score, South Carolina 7, Clemson nothing. South Carolina is ready to kick it away. He kicks it. Moore fields it at the 1.
Let's watch this defense and how aggressive they are. They were able to get a pick the last time, and they're like a wild animal. When they smell blood, they go in for the kill.
Take it easy, Coach. You're getting excited.
Hey, that's right, sweetheart. I'm always excited.
They'll get the ball here at the 22. Everett lines up in the shotgun. A little juke. Brought down at the 25. He picked up around 3 yards on the draw play. It's second and 7. Ball on their own 25. Clemson goes with the ace set here. And they got him for a loss. 1 yard loss for the halfback. Third down, 8 yards to go. Ball on 24. Looks to pass. Everett delivers. The ball is tipped. That's incomplete. The defense holds.
Great job to get a finger on that pass and cause the incompletion.
Fourth and 8.
Clemson ready to put this one away. Dockery is waiting for the snap. He punts it. Haynes fields it at the 37. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive.
5 yards.
They'll start this drive at the
42-yard line. First and 10.
Anderson with the give. Benjamin with a takedown at the 47. The halfback gets the call and picks up 5. Second and 5 coming up here. Ball on their own 47. Ace backfield, hands it off. Williamson tackles him at the 50. Elamimian gets 3 yards on the play. Third down and 2. They line up at the 50. Benjamin with the tackle at the 50-yard line. Couldn't get anything out of that.
Fourth and 2.
South Carolina
Ball on the
lining up to
50-yard
punt.
line.
Waller is back to receive. He gets it away, and it's a skyrocket. Waller takes it at the 16. And he tackles him hard at the 21. Not a whole lot of success their last time out.
Not at all. This offense has to do a better job of staying on the field and giving their defense a chance to catch their breath.
1st and 10. 4 wide receivers in the formation. King on the delay. And he's taken down at the 27-yard line. Gain of 6 on the draw play. They line up at the 27. It's 2nd and 7 to go. They line up in the shotgun. Everett back to throw. He throws a dart to the right. Complete. Brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 1. It's 3rd down.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
They'll run for the first on 3rd and short. They'll still be short of the first down.
They didn't have far to go, Brad, but it didn't matter because this defense was ready for them.
And now it's 4th down.
Fourth and 1.
Clemson lining up the punt.
line.
Haynes is back awaiting the punt. Punts the ball away. Haynes takes it at the 33. So the offense takes over, and the last time they had the ball, they had a tough time getting anything going. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. South Carolina comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Anderson looking to throw on first down. Anderson unloads. Finds the true freshman. So what do you think of this receiver after that play?
The quarterback made a nice throw, but it was the receiver who made this happen. That's a great way to make a statement.
Yep, I think I would start to double cover this kid. He's just too dangerous.
First and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. The defense lines up in a dime. Anderson sets up play action. Caught! He's all the way home. Touchdown! The throw to the wide receiver goes for a touchdown.
That kid looks like a natural receiver out there.
Well, you could say he's from a good pedigree when it comes to football. I think his father's done very well.
So the kicker lines up for the PAT. And he converts the extra point. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and our score, South Carolina 14, Clemson nothing. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Lined up for the kickoff.
He sends it off. The defense did a nice job of shutting down this offense the last time they had the ball.
The offense was not clicking at all. Let's see if they're back on the same page.
This drive will start at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line. First and 10.
Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Everett drops back on first down. Caught. And they make the stop. at the 27. Well, coach, a short pickup on that pass play.
It was, but you know what? As long as they've got those guys getting open underneath, it'll take a lot of pressure off those offensive linemen who are trying to hold their blocks.
Second down, 3 yards to go. Ball on the 27-yard line. He drops back. Throws this one out to the right. This one is incomplete. They came with a blitz that time and forced the overthrow by the quarterback. Good defense there. We get third and 3 here. Ball on their own 27-yard line. Clemson sets up in the eye. Third and short, and they'll throw for it. He'll dump it short. Catches it. Broke away from one.
You know, it's really easy to overlook those guys on the line.
Yeah, the defense came after them, and those linemen held them long enough for the quarterback to throw for a first down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Five DBs on the field. He jukes him, and he's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 40. Everett is back in the gun. Everett with the give. Tackle at the 44. That was a pretty good run.
Incredible effort there running the football by this guy.
First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
Clemson goes with the ace set here. Everett drops back on first down. It's complete. Hardy with a takedown at the 35-yard line. What a throw and catch, guys.
I'll tell you what, this young kid has a real gun for an arm. He sizes up to play well, and then gets the ball out of there.
From the 35-yard line.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Over the middle. Incomplete pass. Moore was the intended target, so that'll make it third down. It's third and 1. Ball on the 35-yard line. Everett with 3 wide receivers. Third and short, and they hand it off. And there's a fumble, and they fall on the loose ball. Uh-oh, this could get ugly.
It's looking that way right now. They really need to hold them here so they can get the ball back and put some points on the board.
If not, this one has all the makings of a blowout.
We've got a 1st and 10.
The South Carolina Gamecocks take over at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Gamecocks line up with a single set backfield. Anderson hands it off straight ahead. They'll bring him down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup. Second and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 42-yard line. Anderson comes to the line with 3 wide. Anderson off the fake. Rolls to the right. He's looking deep down the left side. And falls incomplete. He should have had that one, guys.
Well, that's a lack of concentration, don't you think, Coach?
Oh, you bet it is, and he'll be reminded of that on the sideline for sure.
Third and 2. Ball on their own 42. Anderson with the give. And they make the stop at the 45-yard line. And they get enough on the ground for the first. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 45-yard line. The Gamecocks come out showing 3 wide. Anderson drops back. He's looking. He throws it. Catches it. Brought down at the 46-yard line. They couldn't get much out of that one.
I loved how that defense just swarmed the ball the second it was thrown.
From their own 46-yard line. Second down and 9 to go. South Carolina sets up with 4 receivers. Back to pass. He's looking down the middle. Deflected, and he's brought down at the 29. Heck of a catch by the wideout to pick up a nice chunk of yardage.
This kid is a very special football player. He can make the catch over the middle in traffic, or he can take it the distance using his speed. He can do it all.
We've got a 1st and 10.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
South Carolina lines up in a shotgun set. Anderson looking to throw on 1st down. The senior makes the catch. The wideout made a good-looking grab there.
You're right, and the quarterback threw it as soon as he saw he had that extra step.
From the 20-yard line. It's 2nd down and a yard to go. They line up in an I. Elamimian gets another carry. Tackle at the 18. He gets positive yards on the run and picks up the 1st. First down. High formation here. Anderson drops back to pass. Across the middle. He brings it down. Touchdown. All right, Coach, your team is down by 3 touchdowns in the 1st quarter. What are you telling those kids on the sideline?
Well, I look them in the eye and I say, hey, there's more than 3 quarters to go. It's your choice. Either lie down and lose by 50, or man up, dig yourself out of this hole so you can head into halftime with something to work for.
They'll line up for the point after. And he hits the PAT. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. And it's off. Waller fields it in the end zone. The last time they had the ball, they gave away the fumble.
The old ball coach was not too happy about that either. I'd hate to see that if it happens again.
They'll take over to the 20-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Tigers are lining up with 3 receivers. Everett steps back to pass. And they try to set up a screen. That's a loss of about 3. Second and 13. Ball on the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
Everett lines up in the shotgun. He drops back. He steps up. He's looking for his man. Complete. Robinson tackles him at the 22-yard line. Nice little pattern there.
Yeah, he had great position there, and that ball was thrown in the right spot.
They line up at the 22.
Ball on the 22
Here's 3rd and 8. Everett comes to the line with 3 wide. They go straight to the back. The big guy with room to run. Mid move. Tackle made at the 38-yard line. And give him another first down.
Excellent job there, Brad, of running the football. That was good execution by this offense.
From their own 38-yard line.
First and 10.
First down.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
After one quarter, it's already getting ugly. With the score, South Carolina 21, Clemson nothing.
First and
They
10.
line up at the 38. First down. They use 4 linebackers. Everett drops to throw. Throws it out there, and he pulls it down. Nice job by the quarterback to hit the tight end for a decent gain.
Yeah, this guy's not going to burn too many guys deep, but he's definitely a good possession guy who you can rely on.
Here's the offensive production statistics, sponsored by Coca-Cola. Defense lines up in a 3-4. Everett, back pass. It falls incomplete. Everett probably just has a stinger here. We'll keep you updated on his status.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened down there on the field. I hope this kid can get back in the game, though.
They line up at the 49.
Ball on the 49-yard
It's second
line.
down. Clemson comes out in the shotgun. He's taken down at the 33. First down. He drops back, lets it fly. The ball is tipped. Moore was the intended target on the play, so that'll make it second down. It's second and 10.
Ball on
The Tigers set up in the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss. The defense will try to stop this third down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. They line up in the shotgun. McLean back to pass. Throws this one out to the left. The 10. Touchdown! They hooked up for the big play.
Coaches do a good job of getting this receiver the ball. They designed plays specifically for it. Only we saw.
And the end results are huge. And touchdown.
Here's the kicking team to try the extra point. He splits the uprights for the extra point. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive. Is lined up to kick this one off. Here's the kick. Haynes fields it at the 7. Passing wasn't much of a problem the last time this offense had the ball as they were able to get it in for 6.
Today's
First down, 10 to go.
The South
Case
Carolina
backfield.
Gamecocks take over at the 27-yard line. First and 10.
Anderson to the air on first down. Wants to throw outside. Robinson brings him down at the 40-yard line. A nice-looking play that time.
Well, the defense was blitzing here, and again, great recognition by the quarterback to find the hot receiver.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coca-Cola. The halfback with a carry. He spins, and they make the stop at the 43-yard line. Elimimian gets 3 yards on the play. From their own 43-yard line, it's second down. They're in the eye. Anderson set to go to the air. He lets it go. And he went way up. And he's got the interception. And down he goes at the 42. A well-timed interception there.
Well, they're still down by a couple of scores, but the turnover certainly helps their chances. If they score on this drive, they're right back in the game.
We'll
see if they can capitalize on the good field position.
First and 10.
The Tigers line up with 4 wideouts. We'll shake it. Tackles him for a loss on the play.
Not a very successful run that time, Coach.
Did you see his explosion off the defensive line? Woohoo! It seemed like he was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
He just timed the snap count there and really made a nice play.
They line up at the 43.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
The Tigers come out showing 3 wide. Everett drops back. He passes it. Got him on the run. Hardy tackles him at the 29-yard line. That one goes for good yardage and a first down.
Yeah, that's just a nice gain on second down.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line.
First and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Look at the throw. He throws. He snags it. So it's complete, but they didn't get much there.
And that's because the defense was just waiting on it and they attacked. The quarterback should have found somebody else downfield.
Second down and 7. Ball on the 26-yard
line.
They use 4 linebackers. Everett back to throw. Throws it to the outside. Williams was the intended target. That'll make it third down. It's third down and 7 yards to go. Ball on the 26-yard line. This is the kind of quarterback that's more than capable of picking up the first down here. Everett steps back to pass. Looking. Someone got a hand up. But hold on, we got a penalty on the play. Let's check it out.
Holding on the offense. Penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Fourth down, and the kicking team's on to try this 43-yard field goal. It's up, and the field goal is good. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Clemson to kick this one off. Kane and Bray back deep to return. He kicks it off. Kane passes at the 5. This defense did a nice job last time around forcing the interception.
And now we'll find out how much faith they got in this kid. Do they run the football or they let her rip?
Let's take a look at the offensive production numbers, brought to you by Coke. Anderson with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Wants to throw outside. And it falls incomplete. He had to get rid of that one in a hurry.
The defensive coordinator cooked up a good blitz package that time, and although it didn't result in a sack, it forced a bad throw.
It's second down.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
South Carolina comes out with an I formation. Aluminium up the gut. He's taken down at the 23. The running back gets a yard, maybe less. Here's third and 9.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
South Carolina comes out in the shotgun. Anderson drops to throw. Throws it. Got his man on the run. They'll bring him down at the 34.
That's how you convert third down, sweetheart.
That was a good-looking play, wasn't it, Coach?
Oh, yeah, this offensive coordinator must have seen something in the defense he really liked.
First and 10. Ball on the
34-yard line.
Anderson lines up in the shotgun. Waits till the last moment. How about that defensive call?
I love this call because you don't want the quarterback to get too comfortable back there. He'll tear you up.
From their own 34-yard line.
34-yard
It's second down and 10 to go. Into the back. And he's taken down at the 35. That'll be a pickup of a yard. This defense faces another third down. The Tigers line up in a nickel back. Back to pass. He steps up. He passes it. And that one's fallen incomplete.
Yo, that was a tough pass for him to hold on to.
Yeah, but it wasn't the pass that was the problem. The hit is what drove the ball loose.
Hey, the quarterback is the one who left his wide receiver out to dry. You have to throw those passes in a place where the guy can protect himself.
4th and 9.
Looks like they're going to punt it away here.
35-yard line.
Waller will be the return man. He gets it away. Waller fields it at the 34. A scoring drive the last time out for this offense, and they'll huddle up for this drive. First down, 10 to go. Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Slips it short. Incomplete pass. Coleman was the intended receiver on that pass, so that'll make it second down. Second down and 10 to go. Everett is back in the gun. He jukes. With the tackle at the 37-yard line. He picks up a yard on the play. They line up at the 37. Third down. The Tigers set up in the gun. Looks across the middle. And it's incomplete. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Fourth and 9.
Clemson
Ball
lining up the punt.
37-yard line.
Haynes, the return man. Punts the ball away. Haynes takes it to the 25. The offense comes back down the field, hoping to build off their last drive.
They had something going, but were unable to get any points.
The offense will take over at the 28.
First and 10.
Anderson lines up in the shotgun. Moves up in the pocket. And it's the senior. At the 42. Someone down there just a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, I don't think it's too serious, though, guys. He's a tough athlete. I think we'll see him back in this game.
It's first down. Aluminium lines up as a single back. First down, looking to throw. It's intercepted. And they badly needed that interception.
It's sure going to help. If they can march down the field and score, watch out. We might have a game here.
They line up at the 43.
At the 43-yard
First down.
First and 10.
They line up in an I. Everett looking to throw on first down. He lets it go. It's complete. He's taken down at the 49-yard line. That almost cost him.
Well, they were real lucky to recover that fumble. That tight end needs to start taking better care of the ball.
First down, 10 to go. The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers. Off his hands and incomplete. He might have been looking to run and didn't secure the ball.
Well, sometimes you see young players do this. This is something they have to work very hard to be able to overcome.
From the 44-yard line, it's second and 10. Clemson sets up with 4 receivers. Everett back to pass. Dumps it, and it's caught. And he's all the way down to the 14. That play looked like it could have gone the distance.
Let me tell you, they were very fortunate that that one wasn't taken in for the score. They had a guy coming on the blitz that time, and that quarterback read this play perfectly and ate him up.
First
From the 14-yard line,
on the 14.
it's first down. Four wide receivers in the formation. Here's a little draw play. And down he goes at the 12-yard line. King gains about 2 yards on the run. That'll make it second down. About 12 yards out.
Ball on the 12-yard line.
Everett with 4 wide receivers. Everett steps back to pass. Slings it. Oh, boy, almost intercepted. Almost intercepted in the end zone.
You can see he made a great move here, anticipating the football, and came up with a big defensive play.
Yep. What I like is he didn't get called for pass interference in that play.
Third and 8. Everett lines up in the shotgun. Everett back to pass. Looking. Under pressure. Simmons comes up with a sack. The linebacker brought down the quarterback before he could find an open man.
Something tells me he would have gotten punished even if he did find an open man. That backer was coming in hard.
They'll line it up for the field goal. This one is from 34 yards away. Smith can bring his team back within a touchdown. The kick is up, and it's right down the middle. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Clemson lines up for the kickoff. Decent kick. Palmetto fields it at the 7. The offense comes out to start this drive. They're hoping for a better result as they threw a pick on their last possession.
Today's
Bell starts at the 24-yard line.
South Carolina Gamecocks will start the drive at the 24-yard line. First and 10.
South Carolina comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Anderson flips it out. Hammering hits him in the backfield. 6-yard setback. We've got a second and long. Ball on the 18-yard line. The Gamecocks come out in the ace formation. Anderson drops back. He steps up. He's going right. It's deflected. The defense needed that one.
How about the move here by this cornerback? Great play that time, getting a hand on the football.
We've got third and long here.
Ball on the
18-yard
line.
South Carolina sets up with 4 receivers. Looks. He's brought down at the 10-yard line.
That's what happens when the protection breaks down up front.
Yeah, but Coach, I think the quarterback has to release the ball quicker, or he's going to get pounded out there.
Fourth and long.
It's fourth down now, and we'll see the punt team. Powell awaits the snap. He gets it off. Waller takes it 4-5. The defense was able to keep him out of the end zone on their last possession, but the offense did pick up 3. This drive will start at the 36-yard line.
Take over at the 36-yard line. First and 10.
Everett is back in the gun. He goes straight to the back. Juke move. Gets past the tackler. Look at that strength. The 10. And he's all the way in for the touchdown. Great looking play by the offense as the halfback took it in for the score.
Here's a play that was well designed and well executed. Can't get much better than that.
And they're looking to get 2 points here. Well, if they want to tie this thing up, they need to convert right here. Over 7 minutes now remaining in the second quarter. And the score is Clemson 21, South Carolina 21. Clemson is lining up to kick this one off. Haynes and Gray back ready to return. He sends it downfield. Gray has it to 5. The defense really shut these guys down the last time they had the ball.
The offense looked a bit out of sync on that last possession, Coach.
And it was the defense that threw him out of sync, Kirk. Those guys are fired up. Let's see if they can hold them again.
They'll start this drive at the 23. Elomimian is the single setback. Anderson hands it off straight ahead. And he's taken down at the 24. The halfback picks up a yard. From their own 24-yard line. We've got second and 9 here. Anderson lines up in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. He unloads it. Incomplete pass. And there wasn't anyone in the vicinity.
I think the ball just slipped out on him.
Maybe it did, but boy, that hurts. That could have been a big, big play.
Third and 9. Ball on the 24-yard line.
From the gun. Anderson drops back to pass. Throws. This one is incomplete. Martinez looks like he might have been injured on the play.
Fourth and 9.
South Carolina lining up the punt. Waller is the deep man awaiting the return. He gets it away. Waller fields it at the 44. The offense comes out on the field once again.
It'll be interesting to see if this defense has made any adjustments to stop this running game.
Because they sure couldn't stop them from going down the field and scoring on that last drive.
And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here. Going with the shotgun here. Back to pass. He gets rid of it. They can't connect. Incomplete. Williams was the intended target, so that'll make it second down. From the 45-yard line. It's second down and 10 to go. 3 wideouts here. Back to pass. He delivers. He snags it. And he's tackled at the 41. Short pass there, and they get a moderate gain.
There's nothing wrong with nickel and diming them down the field.
From the 41-yard line, we've got a 3rd and 6. Clemson comes out in the shotgun. Everett drops back. He's looking for his man. It falls incomplete. The wide receiver couldn't catch up to that ball.
And you know what? No one could have caught up to that one. He just misfired it.
4th and 6.
And they're ready to punt this one away. Dockery is waiting for the snap. Plenty of hang time on this one. Hardy calls for the fair catch. And they'll down it at the 12.
Personal foul. Kick catching interference on the kicking team. 15 yards. He's on the foul. First down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 22. South Carolina sets up in the eye. Looking to throw. He throws it. Catches it. That's a 3-yard pickup.
Makes the reception. 3-yard gain on the play.
Second down.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
One man backfield. The halfback with a carry. Evan with a takedown at the 26. They got a little bit there, but less than a yard. Third down.
6.
The Gamecocks line up in a split back set. Anderson steps back to pass. He's looking down the... It's tipped.
That's a fantastic defensive effort.
Yeah, the deflection prevented them from getting any yards. And now it's 4th down.
Fourth and 6.
The Gamecocks are lining up to punt it away. He gets it away. Waller fields it to 39. He got shut down on the punt return.
Yeah, in situations like that, Brad, it's probably best if you just call for a fair catch.
They'll get the ball here at the 41-yard line.
Take over at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Tigers come out in the ace formation. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. Someone a handout. Hackett brings him down at the 45-yard line.
Well, that's the way to do it on first down. There's a nice throw and catch, and it'll give them another first down.
Absolutely.
First down. This defense is in the dime. Feeds it to the back. Make a move. Brought down at the 43. King gains about 2 yards on the run. Second down, 8 yards to go.
On the 43-yard line.
The Tigers line up with a single set backfield. Batted ball. The defender could only get a hand on it.
A hand on it? If this kid wants to be a big-time playmaker, he better start getting 2 hands on it.
Yeah, Lee, that ball should have been picked off there.
It's third down and 8 to go.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
The Tigers line up with 3 wide. King. Carry. King gets 3 yards on the carry.
Fourth and 5.
They come out in a punt formation. Dockery awaits the snap. And here's the... Wait a minute, the upback's got it. I don't think that one worked the way it was planned.
They rolled the dice here, but the up man just couldn't get the ball to the first down.
Bill starts with the 39-yard
The South
line.
Carolina Gamecocks take over at the 39-yard line. First and 10.
Anderson comes to the line with 3 wide. He flings it. He snags it. What a tackle. That was going to be a touchdown.
The defense was coming with heat on that play.
Yep, but the offensive line did a good job of picking up their assignments, and that gave the quarterback enough time to throw a nice pass to pick up the first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line. The Gamecocks come out showing 3 wide. Anderson drops back to pass. Lets it fly. And it's caught. Richardson tackles him at the 42-yard line. And the pass is caught, but he goes nowhere.
Yeah, nice job there by the defense to get to him and make the sure tackle before he can make any moves to break loose.
From the 42-yard line.
Ball on
Second
the
down and
42-yard
7.
line.
The Gamecocks with 4 receivers. Throws it. And this one falls incomplete.
You know, the quarterback didn't do anything wrong there. This is just a great play defensively.
I think he underestimated the speed of the defensive player. He just shot in and broke it up.
That'll bring up third
Third
down.
and 7.
They line up at the 42. It's third down and 7 to go. Anderson with 3 wide receivers. He drops back. Steps up. Throws it to the outside. To his receiver. Good pickup by the receiver.
Yeah, this kid loves to play. He wants the ball every time they throw it up.
First and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line. The Gamecocks go with the I formation. Leak on the give. He jukes. And down he goes at the 27. He rumbles ahead and picks up about 5. Second down and 5. Ball on the 27-yard line. Anderson drops to throw. Steps up in the pocket. He throws left. And they couldn't hook up on that one. Gray was the intended target on the play. That'll bring up third down. This defense faces another third down.
27-yard line.
The Gamecocks come out in the shotgun. Anderson steps back to pass. Looking. Let it go. So 4th down coming up.
And give credit to the defense there. They played very disciplined. They will break up the pass.
It looks like they're going to try for the long field goal. This one is from about 44 yards away. South Carolina is looking to go up by 3. It's up. And they tack on 3 points.
He looked pretty good kicking the ball there.
Yep, the kicker did a good job of keeping his head down and striking the ball right between the goalposts for a long field goal.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He kicks it. Moore from his own end zone. Their last drive ended when they decided to try for it on 4th down and were turned away by the defense. This drive will start at the 18-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Tigers come out showing 3 wide. He unloads it. They can't connect. Incomplete. He just overthrew his receiver on that pass. From their own 18-yard line,
On the 18-yard
it's 2nd down. South Carolina comes out defensively with 6 defensive. Everett flips it left. Brings him down at the 31-yard line. A big gain for the halfback.
You know, when we talked to the coach yesterday, he said they were going to run it over, up, and around this defense. Well, here they got a nice gain on the old toss play.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics brought to you by Coca-Cola. Clemson comes out in the shotgun. Everett hands it off. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. The Tigers are going to take a timeout, and that was their timeout. The Tigers set up in the gun. Everett set to go to the air. He tosses it short, and it falls incomplete. He's unable to hit his receiver. He overthrew it.
Yeah, and that's a throw he should make every single time.
We've got 3rd and 8.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Clemson comes to the line, only 1 man in the backfield. Everett back to pass. He looks. He passes it to the middle. It's in.
Wow, that looks like a generous spot to me. I thought he was a little bit short.
I don't know, Kirk. I think he's got it. But regardless of the spot, that was a great throw on 3rd down.
1st and 10.
First down, 10 to go.
42-yard line.
Ball on the 42-yard line. Clemson lines up in the shotgun set. Throws it out there. Got it to his receiver. They're moving the ball very well on this drive, guys.
Yep, the defense is preventing the deep ball, but the problem is they can't stop short stuff.
And the offense seems to be building a little bit more momentum on every play.
It's first down.
1st and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Everett lines up in the shotgun. Oh, man, he took him down hard. Clemson will call a timeout. That was their 2nd timeout. Second and long. Ball on the 46. Everett back to throw. And he's taken down at the 38-yard line. They pick up solid yardage there.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. The wideout was able to find a little open space in the defense, and the quarterback was able to get him the ball for a good pickup.
And here's a quick throw.
He wasn't letting the receiver get to that one.
That's a big play on third down to get a hand in there and break up the pass.
I think the quarterback would like to have that one back.
Looks like they're going to go for it on fourth down. Everett is back in the gun. He drops back. He steps up. Everett zips it. And he brings it down.
That was a laser, Kirk. This guy has a huge arm.
Yeah, it's like he's throwing darts, but it's coming at about 86 miles an hour.
It's first down. The Tigers line up in an I formation. They'll throw on first down. He's looking for a man. There's a very impressive open field tackle. Fellas, he's really out to an outstanding start in this football game.
Hey, if he continues at this pace, he may throw for 500 yards.
I'll tell you what, this guy's so much fun to watch when he gets into a rhythm like this.
He's looking down the middle. He snags it. And they make the stop at the 9-yard line. So they get it out there for about 6 yards, and that's a first down.
This is a hard play to contain if you're a defensive player. If you give him too much of a cushion, then the quarterback can hit the receiver with the short route. If you stay on top of him, then he just might try and beat you deep.
The ball got knocked down by the cornerback.
Wow, that kid was on him like white on rice. He had butter on jelly, like flies on.
Easy, Scooter. Take it easy. There are kids out there watching this game.
They line up at the 9. We've got second and goal. 3-man front defensively. Everett steps back to pass. Everett goes down with a sack. Clemson will use their final timeout. So with the half ending, they're just going to try to put 3 points up on the board. Defense lines up in a 3-4. The kick is up, and it's right down the middle. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Eats off. Gray passes the 5. And we'll go into halftime here with a score all deadlocked. South Carolina will be kicking off to start the second half.
Will be kicking off to start the second half.
He just drills this one. Moore from his own end zone. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll take over at the 18-yard line.
First and 10.
The Tigers set up in the gun. He tackles it for a loss. It's second down and 11 to go. Ball on the 17-yard line. Drops back to pass. He steps up. A backward pass. Moyer hits him in the backfield. Well, they avoided a turnover right there.
Man, oh man, that was a close one. Good thing that kid was paying attention and fell on the football.
Third and long. Ball on the 12-yard line.
South Carolina lines up in a dime defense here. He drops back. He's drilled as he throws. Leaps. Picked off. Flag on the play. Let's see what it is. So clipping on the play will send the offense backward.
You're always taught that if you can see a player's name on his jersey, don't block it.
Hey, apparently he didn't see it. And another thing he might not see is more playing time.
The Gamecocks come out in the ace formation. Anderson on play action. Steps up. And they got him. Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 41. The Gamecocks line up with 5 receivers. He delivers, and he went way up, and he's got the interception. What a play. He just leaped up and picked it off.
He showed some great patience there. He timed that perfectly and got the pick.
The offense will take over
at the 14-yard line. First and 10.
One man backfield. He looks to throw on first down. Got his man on the run. Boy, does this kid have an arm or what?
Are you kidding me? It looks like he has a rocket launcher attached to his shoulder.
It's second and 1. Ball on the 23-yard line. Everett with 3 wide receivers. Tries to juke. He's taken down at the 23-yard line. Couldn't get anything out of that.
Third
down and a yard.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Looks to pass. Everett unloads.
He tried to force that one in.
It should have been intercepted. He can't be thrown into coverage like that.
Fourth and 1.
The Tigers are lining up to punt it away. Haynes is back to receive. He gets it off. Haynes fields it at the 38. So he managed to get a few yards on the run back.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, Brad, with so much traffic in the middle there, it really makes it tough to break free.
They'll start this drive at the 43-yard line.
First and 10.
Anderson drops back to pass. He throws it. Oh, one-hander. What a tackle. That was going to be a touchdown.
How about that play?
Well, it was a good pass, a good catch, and they are keeping the defense off balance by throwing on first down.
Absolutely right.
It's
first down.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers. Steps up in the pocket. He lets it go. Catches it. Excellent open field tackle.
Nice pass there, wasn't it, Kirk?
Yeah, he's done a good job of finding the open man en route to a 300-yard passing day.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line. South Carolina comes to the line, 3 wide. Fires it quickly. Good open field tackle. So they go to the air and they pick up yet another 1st down.
They've shown no problems moving the ball on this drive. This offense is moving the ball very well.
And they're building some beautiful momentum along the way.
And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. So their last red zone visit resulted in a touchdown. Let's see if the defense can hold them this time. The halfback gets the call and picks up 5. Second down. Let's see if they can take this one in for 6. Takes the pitch. Tackle at the 3. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's 3rd and goal from the 3, and this is a very big play for both teams. Looking to stay perfect on this drive. Great coverage, and it's intercepted. At the 30, at the 40, across midfield, at the 40, at the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. So a great play by the defender to give his team 6 points.
Kirk, he made it look easy. You can tell this kid has seen the end zone before.
That was a very good play, and that will certainly help build his team's momentum.
Still, they're ready for the extra point. And he adds the extra point. Like they're ready for the kick. Excellent kick. Gray fields it in the end zone. And that last series before getting the interception.
Hey, a defense can do somersaults or even a triple sow cows, just as long as they keep the offense out of the end zone.
Did you just say sow cow?
Yep, I dated one back in college. Man, could she cook.
The Gamecocks line up with a single set backfield. Anderson sets up the play action. Sails it long. It's hit. Oh, he had a shot at the pick. Looks like he tried to force that one.
And defense was in a zone there, and the quarterback needs to do a better job of finding a passing window to throw through.
Well, that window must have been tinted because he almost threw a pick.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. South Carolina comes out in the shotgun. He gets rid of it. Incomplete pass. Cook was the intended target. That'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Going with the shotgun here, and drops the throw. Incomplete. Not on target at all this drive, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Fourth and 10.
They come out in a punt formation.
18-yard line.
Waller is the deep man awaiting the return. Punts the ball away. Waller takes it at the 49.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
They had the ball before?
Exactly. They threw it out so fast they had to have the slow-mo replay to recap.
We've got a 1st and 10. Right around the midfield. The Tigers come out showing 3 wide. Everett drops back to pass. Everett with a bullet over the middle. Oh, so close to breaking it. Talk about a throw.
Does this kid have an arm or what? I'm telling you, this thing is like a laser beam coming out of his hand.
Boy, you're right. What a cannon this young man's got.
1st down, 10 yards to go.
1st and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
The Tigers set up in the gun. Look at the throw. Everett throws it out there. Complete. And they make a stop at the 35-yard line. And they were stopped for a minimal gain on the play.
That was a sensational effort by the defense. They were all over that pass.
Second and 9. Ball on the 35-yard line. Drops back to pass. Everett fires. Caught. And he's tackled at the 26-yard line. Boy, did he zip that ball in there.
Yeah, you're right. There's not a whole lot of quarterbacks out there that can make this throw. He delivers this one right where it has to be. Great arm strength.
3rd down, less than a yard.
Ball on the
26-yard line. Everett with the give. Tackle made at the 15. What a run on 3rd down.
You know, we're always talking about the importance of converting on 3rd down. If you're going to have any kind of success, you got to be able to keep these drives alive, like they did right there.
The pressure turns up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. The defense looks confident as they held them to a field goal on their last red zone trip. And with that carry, the running back just went over 100 yards on the day.
Well, this kid's having a great game. He's been running left, right, and up the middle.
Boy, I'll say, he's been giving the defense a hard time all game long.
It's 2nd down and 5 to go.
Ball on the 10-yard line.
Everett is back in the gun. Everett hasn't missed yet. Looks, lets it fly. Touchdown, Tigers. My goodness, guys, that was a spectacular play by the wide receiver.
The coach has gone to great lengths to shepherd his receivers, and we've seen the results on the field.
And they're lining up for the PAT. And the defense holds. Defense looked like it jumped early.
Offsides on the defense. After this is to the goal, we'll repeat the throw.
Now they'll try to tack on the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Clemson ready to kick this one off. Payne and Gray back to return. Sends it sailing downfield. Payne fields it in the end zone. This defense did a good job on the last series. They forced the offense to go 3 plays and out.
And now they're looking to build off of that and shut them down again right here.
Here are the offensive production stats, brought to you today by Coca-Cola. South Carolina in a 4-wide set. He looks to throw on first down, and this one falls incomplete. Stoops was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it second down. It's second down and 10 to go. They line up in the shotgun. He passes it. Incomplete. Almost picked off. And that was a good defensive play.
Yeah, guys, this is because he's in great position to make the play.
That'll bring up third down. It's third and 10. South Carolina goes with the ace set here. Lets it fly. This one will fall incomplete. Well, again, they can't hook up, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Fourth and 10.
The Gamecocks line up to punt. Powell is waiting for the snap. He gets it off. Waller takes it at the 43. So they picked this defense up through the air on their last drive. Let's see if they can replicate that performance this time around. They'll start at the 45.
Start the drive at the 45-yard line. First and 10.
On play action. Guns it across the middle. Complete. They're very impressive open field tackle. He looked like he threw that one about as hard as he could.
Well, sometimes you have to. You've got to make sure the defense can't get to it, so you put a little extra zip on the throw, just like he did there.
I'll tell you what, that ball looks like a missile with laces.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 39-yard line. The Gamecocks come out in the 34 defense. He throws. Oh, he had a shot at the pick. They're really fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback. He had no shot at completing it.
Yeah, but that defender had a perfect shot at it. He just didn't catch it.
Second
The
and 10.
39-yard line.
Ball on the 39-yard
It's second down.
line.
The Tigers line up with 4 wideouts. Everett drops back, stepping up, surveys the field. And he's all the way down to the 3-yard line. He threw a bullet in there.
Oh, he sure did. We've already talked about his arm strength. But what really impressed me are his mechanics. His passing motion is so fluid.
And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. Everett still has it, fires. So the fullback gets involved in the passing game with a touchdown catch.
I had a chance to talk to this guy before the game. He said he's been working a lot on one-on-one drills with the wide receivers to try to improve his hands. Guess what? There isn't a better payoff than making a catch like that and finding the end zone.
They'll line it up for the extra point. And he hits the PAT. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. Clemson is lining up to kick this one off. He sends it off. Gray takes it at the 4. Number 15 looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play.
Looks like he came down on his leg the wrong way. But it won't stop this kid from playing, man. He's a tough one.
This drive will start at the 22.
South Carolina Gamecocks take over at the 22-yard line.
So the starter throws 4 interceptions, and now the backup gets his chance to shine. Henderson hands off. Williamson with the tackle at the 25. Elamimian gets 3 yards on the carry. Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 25-yard line. The Gamecocks come out in the shotgun. Back to pass. Steps up. Looks. The cavalry's coming. It's 3rd and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line. The Tigers bring in their dime package. He's got it in a hurry. They bring him down. He just blew past the blockers and bring the quarterback down.
Boy, excellent play by the defense here. A few extra seconds, and those receivers might have been open.
The Gamecocks line up to punt.
Ball on the 15-yard line.
Powell awaits the snap. He punts it. Waller fields it at the 50. Well, the offense heading back out onto the field after that kick, hoping to turn this drive into another touchdown. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Clemson comes to the line with 3 wide. They go with the run. A little juke. Brought down at the 37-yard line. So he turns the counter into a 9-yard gain. It's 2nd and 1. Ball on the 37-yard line. Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Again with a carry. Scott with a takedown at the 34-yard line. And the halfback runs for the first.
The reason that play was successful is simple. They got a good push up front. All the back had to do was run past that little yellow line right there.
From the 34-yard line. First down.
34-yard line.
Clemson comes out in the shotgun. He's looking. He passes it. One hit. The 50. At the 40. At the 30. To the 20. To the 10. He's in for the score. And they're back in it.
Man, that was a super play by the defense. And even better return to the score.
And the quarterback wishes that he could have that one back. Those are the kind of touchdown passes you don't want to throw.
Here's the kicking team to try the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. So with just over 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score, Clemson 45, South Carolina 31. South Carolina is set to kick this one away. Waller and Moore set to return. He hits a booming kick. Waller fields it in the end zone. Before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. Let's take a look at the offensive production numbers, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. He lets it go, and it's incomplete.
That's just good defense right there, Coach.
It was, Kirk, but you know what? It's all reaction. Anytime you're out there on defense and the pass is within arm's length away, you knock it down.
That'll make it second down. They line up at the 24. It's second down. Everett with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Feeling the pressure, and he's level at the 26-yard line. They didn't get much on that pass.
You know, this defense is too quick for plays like that. Gotta mix them up a little bit.
From their own 26-yard line. It's third down. The Tigers line up with 4 wideouts. Everett steps back to pass. Looking, flips it. He snags it. Hardy with the tackle at the 30-yard line. And that brings up 4th down.
Great stop by the defense. They played with tremendous character on those downs.
4th and 4.
The Tigers are lining up to punt it away. Haynes, the return man. He gets it away. Haynes fields it at the 27. Not a very good series for this offense on their last drive. They were forced into a 3 and out.
Boy, oh boy, they had nothing going last time.
Yeah, maybe, Scooter, you need to get out there and show them what you're made of.
Somebody get me a helmet quickly.
They'll go to work at the 32-yard line.
South Carolina Gamecocks will start the drive at the 32-yard line. First and 10.
Henderson comes to the line with 3 wide. He throws it. And that one's fallen incomplete.
Whoa. Excellent play on defense.
That's pretty much the best way to make sure the receiver doesn't catch it. He just put his pads on him the second he touched it.
Yep. And out came the football.
Second and 10.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 32. Hands off. He's tackled at the 33. A 1-yard gain by the halfback. It's third and 9 coming up. Ball on the 33. The Gamecocks set up in the gun. Henderson back to throw. He zips it. Got him on the run. Sanders with a takedown at the 49-yard line.
Now that's what you have to do on 3rd and long.
Yep. They went right at him and hit him in the mouth. That's a great conversion to get the first down.
First down, 10 yards to go.
Ball on the 49-yard
49. South Carolina goes with the ace set here. Again, he'll get the call. And down he goes at 45. Elamia picks up about 4 yards of play. They line up at the 45. It's second down, 6 yards to go. South Carolina comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. They'll bring him down at the 43-yard line. Elamimia gains about 2 yards on the run. That'll bring up third down. They'll line it up again on third down. Elamimia on the counter, right side. And he couldn't go anywhere on that run.
Nah, he couldn't go anywhere because there was no place for him to run. The defense in front got a good push and knocked that offensive line backwards.
4th and 9.
The
Ball
Gamecocks
on the
line up the
48-yard
punt.
line.
Richardson is back deep to return. Powell punts it, and it doesn't look like he got all of that one. Richardson signals for a fair catch. Well, the offense couldn't get anything going on their last drive. Let's see if they can do a little bit better here.
The Clemson
First down.
Tigers take over
The Tigers
at the
come out in the
23-yard
shotgun.
line. 1st and 10.
Peterson tackles him for a loss on the play. So it's 2nd and 12. Ball on the 21-yard
line.
Clemson comes to the line with 3 wide. Back to pass. Throws. Incomplete. Almost picked off. Not a great throw by the quarterback.
I don't know who he was throwing that one to.
I know. I think the intended receiver was the safety.
Third down and 12. Ball on their own 21-yard line. Everett is back in the gun. Steps up. He looks. He unloads it. Complete. And that tackle's going to save him 6. Good yardage that time on the pass.
The thing that makes this play work is the quarterback. He throws this thing right in there. What an arm this quarterback's got.
From their own 39-yard line.
Ball on the
First down.
39-yard line.
Everett with a nice play fake. To the middle, it's his tight end.
You know, it's really easy to overlook those guys on the line.
Yeah, the defense came after him, and those linemen held him long enough for the quarterback to throw for a first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line.
1st and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Everett with 3 wide receivers. King gets the call. And he's taken down at the 48. King picks up a yard on the play. They line up at the 48.
Ball on the 48.
It's Clemson in a 4-wide set. King takes the give. And he's tackled at the 43. King picks up 5 with the carry. The defense will try to stop this third down. They were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Rolls to the left. Throwing left. And that one's incomplete.
The receiver did all he could do to make that play. The pass was just too far out of bounds.
Fourth and 4.
Clemson ready to punt this one away. Dockery is waiting for the snap. Hangs it up high. Signals for a fair catch. So the offense takes over, and they'll try to figure out this defense as they forced them to punt the last time they had the ball.
Today's
They'll go to
game
work
is
at the
between
20.
The South Carolina Gamecocks will start the drive at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Gamecocks set up in the gun. Henderson back to throw. He's drilled as he throws, and they got some pressure on him that time.
Yeah, and what that does is mess up the timing of the offense, causing the incompletion.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Our score in this one, Clemson 45, South Carolina 31. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 20. South Carolina sets up in the I. Henderson drops back to pass. He steps up. He delivers. Has it to the senior. How about that pass, fellas?
Well, Brad, the defense was coming with the blitz, and that opened some room for these guys to get open.
Yeah, and if you're coming with the blitz, you better get to this quarterback. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
It's first down.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
South Carolina comes to the line with 3 wide. Henderson steps back to pass. Wants to throw outside. They'll bring him down at the 48. Kirk, what do you have for us?
Well, that catch put the receiver over 100 yards. He's been one of the quarterback's favorite targets all game long.
First and 10.
Ball right around midfield.
48-yard line.
Henderson with 4 wide receivers. Aluminium gets the carry right side. Riley with the tackle at the 44. Aluminium gains about 4 yards on the play. They line up at the 44. Second down and 6. South Carolina goes with the ace set here. Aluminium gets the call again, and they'll bring him down behind the line. Well, the defense really put the clamps down on that run.
Boy, Brad, great effort up front by that defense.
From the 47-yard line. Third down, 9 to go. Henderson drops back. He lets it go. And they couldn't hook up on that one. It was a good pass, but the wide receiver couldn't handle it.
The defense here was closing in on him in a hurry, so chances are they would have laid a solid hit on him to cause an incompletion anyway.
Looks like they've decided to go for it here.
47-yard line.
South Carolina lines up in a shotgun set. Let's go. Hits his man in stride. And he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. Well, they get the first down on a big down pickup.
These guys will just not go away.
Hey, this game is not over yet. Never count on a team until you hear that final gun.
Yeah, they're backed into a corner, but that's when a team performs their best.
First down, 10 to
Ball
go.
on the 20-yard line.
They'll throw on first down. Falling back as he throws. And they're in. Touchdown. A great throw. And that's his second touchdown catch of the game.
The quarterback knew exactly where to put the pass, and the receiver went out there and made it grab. Good communication.
They'll line up for the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. South Carolina to kick this one off. Kicks it off. Waller fields it at the 2. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the coach gave his offense quite a speech before he sent them out there.
And let's not forget, they had some things clicking the last time out. He's probably just reminding them to finish the job this time.
Here's the offensive production statistics, sponsored by Coca-Cola. The Tigers line up with a single set backfield. Everett back to pass. The ball is tipped.
How about that defense?
Well, that's why he's on the field, to make plays like that.
That'll bring up second down. Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 17-yard line. Clemson in a 4-wide set, looking, moves up in the pocket, and it's caught, brought down at the 18. Almost eked out a yard on that one. From their own 18-yard line.
On the 18-yard line.
Everett is back in the gun, back to pass. It flies. It's complete. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play. And they fail to convert for the first down.
Well, the offense hates to see that. The defense, again, Coach, stepping up.
The defense is important. It wins football games for you.
4th and 11.
The Tigers line up the punt.
16-yard line.
Haynes will be the return man. He gets it off. Haynes takes it at the 45. Let's see if this defense has trouble defending the pass again here.
If they do, my friend, look out. They're going to give up another touchdown in a hurry.
They'll start this drive at midfield.
47-yard line. 1st and 10.
3 wideouts to the left side. Henderson hands it off. Cameron with a takedown at the 49-yard line. Elimimian gains about 4 yards on the play. They line up at the 49.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Elimimian lines up as a single back. Play fake. He guns it. And he's got him on the run. He's taken down at the 30.
I'll tell you, this receiver showed really good hands on that play.
This kid is always calling for the ball. And if he keeps making plays like that, he'll continue to get the ball.
First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
South Carolina comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. He'll keep it on the ground again. And he's tackled at the 28. Maybe a few, but that's it. Second down.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
They come out with 3 wide receivers. Looks to pass. Steps up. Throws it. Oh, great catch. The quarterback just rifled that one in there for a good game.
Boy, he's throwing the football with some pop, isn't he, Coach?
Hey, if he's not careful, he's going to break his receiver's fingers.
The Gamecocks line up in an I formation. Henderson hands it off. Sullivan tackles him at the 9. 4-yard gain by the back. Ball inside the 10-yard line. It's second down. The Gamecocks are lining up with 3 receivers. Boy, was he drilled as he let go of that football.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, that did not look pretty.
From the 9-yard line, we've got a 3rd and 6. The Gamecocks come out in the ace formation. Looks. He throws right. Looked like the defense just forgot about the tight end on that play.
Yeah, he seemed to slip right through the secondary and find an opening. I can't believe the defense allowed that to happen.
Especially in the red zone, Kirk. They got to be aware of this guy's pass-catching abilities.
So the kicker's on the field to attempt the extra point. the extra point to tie this game up. He makes the PAT. Over 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the score, South Carolina 45, Clemson 45. South Carolina gets set to kick this one away. Waller and Moore deep to return. He sends it downfield. Moore from his own end zone. Not a bad return.
No, not bad at all. That's great field position.
Any coach will tell you, good field position throughout the course of the game is very important.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coke. Everett comes to the line with 3 wide. Brought down at the 42. No gain. From their own 42-yard line. Second down. Clemson sets up with 4 receivers. Flips it. He snags it. Here he goes. He's all the way down to the 33. That'll get some good yardage for the receiver.
This kid is one heck of a wideout. He's the guy you got to get the ball to as much as you can because he can do things that make you say, whoa.
First and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Defense lines up in a 3-4. Sheds that one. Brought down in the open field. Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 29-yard line. Everett still has it. Incomplete. Miller was the intended receiver on that pass. That'll make it third down. It's third down.
6. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Clemson comes out in the shotgun. Everett with a nice play fake. Everett throws. Batted ball. The defense holds.
Great job to get a finger on that pass and cause the incompletion.
They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt. The ball's on the 29, so this will be about a 46-yarder. It's up. And they tack on 3 points. And that field goal is going to put them on top.
Hey, Brad, you talk about clutch players? This kid is sensational.
Looks ready to kick this one off. Decent kick. Payne fields it at 3. Loses the football. Gray picks it up. They should be thankful to get it back.
Exactly, and the coach can breathe easy now that his own player recovered the fumble.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coca-Cola. The defense sets up in the dime. Henderson drops back to pass, and he's going to be sacked. They haven't done a whole lot on the ground today, and that could be
been forced to go to the air and hasn't produced enough points.
South Carolina lines up with 3 receivers. Drops back to pass. He's going left. It's deflected.
The defense looked alive on that play.
Yeah, Coach, he did a great job of reading the play and beating the receiver to the ball.
That'll make it 3rd down. Passing situation here on 3rd and long. Ball on the 19. Henderson with 3 wide receivers. That's incomplete.
Not a pretty pass right there.
No, it wasn't, Kirk. That was not a good pass at all. But hey, in his defense, he had to get it off to avoid the sack.
4th and long.
South Carolina ready to put this one away. Powell punts it, and it doesn't look like he got all of that one. Waller fields it at the 46. They put the ball in the hands of this offense to try to build upon their 1-possession lead.
Right now, I think they're more worried about controlling the ball than putting points on the board, Coach.
That's true, Kirk. But if they put points on the board now, they can make it a 2-possession ball game. And that would be pretty difficult to overcome.
A very important possession here. Everett lines up in the shotgun. Delayed handoff. Hackett with the tackle at the 15. King gets about 4 yards on the play. And since we're in the red zone, let's have a look at the numbers. Brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. The defense lines up in a dime. King sweeps right. There's a missed tackle. He's taken down at the 11. 4 yards there on the toss. From the 11-yard line. 3rd and a couple. The Tigers are lining up with 3 receivers. They'll try to get the first on the ground. And the linebacker comes up and makes a big stop.
This is textbook. This is how you're supposed to play against the run.
Yeah, and that time the defense got him to go backwards.
Well, I think they might have gone just a little too far that time.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. After this is to the goal, 1st down.
Clemson, 1st and goal, about to go up by 2 scores. The Tigers, with 4 receivers, drops back to pass. It falls incomplete. Coleman was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. We've got 2nd and goal. Ball on the 6-yard line. 6 DBs in the lineup. Everett fakes the handoff. It's deflected. The corner comes up with a nice play defending his own end zone.
I'm not so sure he couldn't have come away with that interception that time. Good play, but I bet he's kicking himself up for not catching that football.
Looks like someone went a little too far with the celebration.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. After this is to the goal, 3rd down.
If they can get it in here to make it a 2-score game, it's 3rd and goal. The Tigers line up with 3 wide. On the ground, the tailback. Touchdown, Clemson! The defense hasn't had much luck keeping this kid out of the end zone today.
He's a good back, Brad. That's why he's playing Division I football. And he's had this kind of success against almost everyone he's played against.
And he converts the extra point. So with over 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the score is Clemson 55, South Carolina 45. Clemson is lining up to kick this one off. He puts it deep downfield. Great from his own end zone. So what do you think about this situation, fellas?
Well, time isn't on their side anymore. They need to get this ball down the field and get in the end zone.
You're right, Coach. It's now a two-possession game. There's not too much time to spare.
Let's take a look at the offensive production numbers, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Single set backfield. Henderson looking to throw on first down. Throws it out there. Broke away from one. He's all the way down to the 49-yard line. What a play.
What a play is right. Here they throw the ball to the tight end, and the big guy shows that he's valuable not only as a blocker, but as a receiver as well. Nice catch.
First down.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
The defense sets up with 5 defensive linemen. Over the middle. Got it to him on the run.
Oh, man, they had him good there. The defense was looking run, and they threw it for a big gain.
The running back really sold the run well that time. That allowed for the quarterback to get the ball downfield for a decent gain.
First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
They line up in the shotgun. Henderson to the air on first down. Catches it, and down he goes. At the 28. About a 7-yard pickup that time on the pass.
7-yard gain on the play.
Second and 3. Ball on the 28. They've got their man lined up in the backfield, but will they give it to him? Looks to pass. Intercepted. He got hit hard. And that's the second time he's come away with one on defense there, guys.
Well, this guy's just a real ball hawk out there. The quarterback had better start looking to the other side of the field just to be safe.
They'll take over
start
at
at
the
the
26-yard
26-yard
line.
line.
First and 10.
Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Throws this one out to the left. Incomplete pass. The quarterback aired it out, but too far.
Yeah, great try by the receiver. Technically, he caught the pass, but he won't get credit for the catch because he was out of bounds.
Second and 10.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
26-yard line.
Clemson sets up with 4 receivers, surveys the field, and it's caught. They'll bring him down at the 45-yard line. What did you see there, guys?
The defense was in zone coverage. The offense did a good job of protecting the quarterback, and he threw a nice ball to get the first down.
And the receiver ran a nice route to get open between the zone coverage.
Let's take a look at the offensive production numbers, brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Tigers come out in a shotgun. He drops back, throws, almost picked off. Williams was the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up second down. From their own 45-yard line.
Ball on the 45-yard
Second down.
line.
Clemson comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Everett back to throw. Everett rifles it. He's taken down at the 49. 6-yard pickup. from the 49-yard line.
Ball on the
It's 3rd and 4.
49-yard line.
King runs it down. And down they go at the 48. Well, they try to keep it on the ground for the first down.
You know, Brad, here the defense just steps up and makes a play, stopping them and bringing up 4th down.
4th and 3.
Looks like they're going to put it away here.
48-yard line.
Dockery awaits the snap. Punts the ball away. Signals for a fair catch. They'll down the punt at the 8-yard line. And now we'll see the offense come out of the field for their next possession. They'll set up shop at the 8. The defense sets up with 5 defensive linemen. Henderson throws.
Great play. That's how you make someone drop the football. Let them know you're there, and then, wow! Put your pads on them.
That's the way you make it hard to catch the ball. I will say that. I agree.
Second down.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
The Gamecocks come out in the ace formation. He passes it. He snags it. Oh, he got tattooed on that one. What a play.
Solid job there by the quarterback, recognizing the defensive coverage and delivering the ball to the open receiver.
From their own 16-yard line.
Ball on the 16-yard
3rd down and 2. One man backfield. Henderson still has it. Wants to throw outside. And that will bring up a big 4th down.
The defense held down the fort there. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do now on the offensive side of the ball.
4th and 2. Here comes the punter looking to boot this one away. Waller is back awaiting the punt. Powell punts it, and he didn't get much distance on it. Waller fields it for 44. It's a little late in the game to be punting with a 2-possession deficit, don't you think, Coach?
I think so, but this coach has a lot of faith in his defense.
The problem is that he needs his offense to step up and put points on the board. And they can't do that when they're catching wind on the bench.
Excellent field position to start the drive. The Gamecocks bring in the nickel package. Everett drops back. He throws it, and it's caught. And he hits him hard at the 34-yard line. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
It's 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
The Tigers set up in the gun. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Everett lets it fly. They'll bring him down at the 27. Lee, this offense is having some fun out there.
You betcha. This quarterback just exceeded 400 yards passing for the game, and I'm going to tell you why he's having all that success. The reason? The play of those receivers. They are running good routes to get wide open, and when the ball is thrown their way, they catch it. Simple.
The Tigers go with the I formation. Play action. And he's hit as he throws. And they make the stop at the 14. And a pretty smart call right there.
You're absolutely right. The reason why this play worked is that the play action froze the defense just enough to allow the receiver to get open.
The pressure turns up when in the red zone. And that's when you turn to Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. The last time they were in the red zone, they got a touchdown out of it. Everett is looking to stay perfect on this drive. It's complete. So they execute and move a little closer to the sticks.
Yeah, completing those short passes is the key because it lulls the defense to sleep a little bit. Then you can launch one big one downfield for a big gain.
Only 7 yards for a touchdown. Clemson comes out in the shotgun. Defense looking for his first incompletion this drive. Someone got a hand on it. Moore was the intended target on the play. That'll make it 3rd down. So another 3rd down upcoming for the offense.
7-yard line.
Everett off the fake, steps up in the pocket, and he gets the touchdown. So that is just a huge touchdown, guys.
You know, the defense needed to make some kind of stop there to get the ball back, but now that just about seals the deal.
That's right, Kirk. Now they have to get a quick score, get the ball back, and score again.
They'll line it up for the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. It looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Kicks off. Gray fields it at the 3. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. Here's a look at the offensive production statistics brought to you by Coke. One-man backfield. Lets it go, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man. Dropped passes just aren't acceptable. I don't care if you're getting hit or not.
Hey, he'll shake it off. No big deal. Watch, they'll go to him again, and he'll come up with the catch.
You know, he probably will, but there's still no excuse for the one he just dropped.
Henderson is back in the gun. Henderson drops to throw. Henderson throws, brought down at the 28. Well, the tight end just went over the 100-yard mark with that last catch.
You don't see too many tight ends catching that many balls.
Well, this guy's a legitimate weapon for the quarterback out there.
From their own 28-yard line, it's 3rd down and 2 to go. South Carolina lines up with a shotgun set. He looks. He wants it all going long. To the 20, to the 10. He's taking it to the barn. Touchdown. And that's the 2nd time today these guys have been able to hook up for the score.
Boy, he really looks comfortable in that end zone, doesn't he?
And they line up for the point after. He makes the PAT. So with just over a minute to go here in the 4th quarter, our score, Clemson 62, South Carolina 52. There's not enough time for them to make a defensive stop, so they'll try the onside kick. Here's the onside kick. The hands team recovered the onside, so all they have to do now is run out the clock.
Right now, the running backs coach is telling everybody, secure the football and stay in bounds. It might sound like common sense, but you just can't stress that point enough.
It's 1st and 10.
Take
Ball
over
on the 4th.
1st and 10.
The Gamecocks bring in their dime package. Here's the give. He jukes it. And he's level at the 41-yard line. The game's call a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. Well, I can't argue with this decision. Here's the Coke players of the game. Everett lines up in the shotgun. King on the give. What a collision. South Carolina will take a timeout. They line up at the 41. 3rd and 11 here. Everett back to pass. Steps up. He's looking for his man. Got it to him on the run. Richardson with a takedown at the 26-yard line. South Carolina calls a timeout. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 26-yard line. And this should be a kneel down as they just try to kill the clock. And he takes a knee. We've got a 2nd and 11.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
The Tigers come to the line with their jumbo package. He's tackled at the 27.
Well, you know this guy has to protect himself.
You're not kidding. He got roused on that.
The offense faces another 3rd down as they line it up. Clemson in a 4-wide set. Handoff. And he hits him hard at the 31-yard line. On the 3rd and long, they decided to run it.
No, it's not that crazy here because they have the lead in the 4th quarter, so their main focus is to keep that clock running.
And that's the end of the game. Coach, what's your final thought on the game?
Well, it was a pretty good game by both teams, but I was really impressed the way this game was won. Clemson came out here very focused, and they took care of business. Nice win for this football team.
We here at EA Sports thank you for watching this game of NCAA Football 2007. The final count in this one, Clemson 62, South Carolina 52. We hope you enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. So long, everyone.